For a non-uniformly charged non-conducting sphere. What is meant by this non-uniformly charged non-conducting sphere? First of all, let me take one conducting sphere here. So conducting sphere which is non-uniformly charged. Whenever a sphere is charged uniformly or non-uniformly, if it is a conducting sphere, charge will spread only on its outer surface. So charge will reside only on its outer surface like this. Even if it is non-uniformly charged, that means charge here is more, here too high, here like this, and here this is like this. So at some places charge density is more, at some other places charge density is less. Let us say it is non-uniformly charged. To find out the electric field due to this type of charge distribution, just consider one closed Gaussian surface on the surface of this one, very close to the surface of the cylinder. Then whether it is uniformly charged or non-uniformly charged, we need to take the total charge present on this one. So there is no problem while finding the electric field due to a non-uniformly charged conducting sphere. If it is a non-conducting sphere means the same charge which is spread on the outer surface will spread throughout its volume, and here the uniform charge density is not maintained. That means here the charges will be distributed according to the formula, that means according to a relation. So let me take one non-uniformly charged non-conducting sphere. So this is a non-conducting sphere, so made of rubber or some wood, whatever it may be. So this is a non-conducting sphere. Here charge is spread such that rho is equal, that is the volume charge density is equal to rho naught into r, where r is the distance from center and towards the surface of the sphere. That means at the center r is equal to 0 because r is the distance from center. Then what is volume charge density? 0. And if you move 1 meter distance, so here rho at 1 meter is equal to rho naught into 1, which is equal to rho naught. So this is a volume charge density at 1 meter. And at 2 meter distance, rho at 2 meter distance is equal to, this is rho naught into 2, that is 2 rho naught. And at 3 meter distance, the volume charge density is equal to 3 rho naught. And at 4 meter distance, or at r is equal to, let us say 4, so rho at 4 is equal to 4 rho naught. At 5 meter distance, rho at 5 meter distance is equal to 4 rho naught only. Why? Because charge will spread only within this sphere. Outside the sphere, if you take any point, this rho remains as 4 rho naught. So this is the total volume charge density. That means volume in a uniformly distributed conducting or non-conducting sphere, this rho is constant. But here in the non-uniformly non-conducting sphere, the rho is changing. That means it depends upon the distance. So they will give one relation. It may be rho is equal to rho naught, or rho is equal to rho naught into 3r minus 4 by, they may give like this also, rho naught 3r minus 4 by 4 minus 3r square. So they may give any one equation. Based on this one, rho is changing with the distance. So in this, I am going to take a simple formula, rho is equal to rho naught r. Now, how to find out electric field due to this type of charge distribution? So here, the charge at center is 0, and if you move away from the center, charge is gradually increasing. So here, let me show, here charge is not there. Here 3 charges, and after that the charge distribution is more. As the distance increases, the charges are increasing, and here in the next layer the charge distribution is too high. That means the distance between the charges is negligible like this. And if you take this one, here the charges are very nearer to each other. I think you got the idea. From the center, if you move away, the charge distribution means separation between the charges is less, or throughout the volume less charge is available. After that more charge, that means here more charge is available, here at the outer edge charge is more. So this is the meaning of non-uniformly charged non-conducting sphere. Now based on this one I am going to find out electric field within the non-conducting sphere and away from the non-conducting sphere. Let us say the total radius of this one is r. This is r. Now let me take one small circle of radius small r here. So within this one, so let me take a small circular strip. Now you see, charge throughout this sphere is too high, but charge within this sphere is less. So here if r less than capital R, that is within the sphere, how to find electric field now? So we know that formula, integral of E bar dot dA bar is equal enclosed charge by epsilon naught. We can use this formula directly to find the electric field by using that Gauss law. But in this problem, in the previous problems, the charge enclosed in a given area is constant. But if you take more volume here, if you increase the volume, not only the charge increasing, the charge density also increasing. So Q is not constant. Q depends on relative volume charge density, and volume charge density also depends on some other factor. Here rho is equal to rho naught. So here rho is also variable. In the previous case we are writing Q is equal to rho into dV. That means rho is constant. But today in this one rho is also variable. So what we are going to write, integrate this one also because it is a varying factor. So this is E dot dA. So let me take a small volume here with a small strip of radius r, and the thickness of this one is dr. So what is the surface area of that small sphere inside this one? So this will be 4 pi small r square, and we know that at every point on this one field will be outwards and the area vector is outward normal. So angle between E bar and dA bar is 0. So this is cos 0. I am not writing cos 0 is equal to 1. So this is given by integral epsilon naught in denominator. What is this Q? The charge is present within this one. Here the charge here is 0. Here charge is more. When the charge is here, so in this strip, a small strip, first let me find out the charge. Then I will integrate from the limits 0 to r. Then I will get the total charge within this small volume. Now here what is this charge? The charge is given by, in that small strip, this elemental strip, that is sphere, within this the charge is given by Q is equal to rho V. This rho is equal to rho. What is V? Volume of that small elemental shell, which is given by the surface area 4 pi r square into the thickness. This is the volume of that shell which is taken. Now what is this rho? Rho is also not constant. If it is constant, integration is not required. As it is a variable, so we are integrating this one. So this is given by rho naught r. So here some students, they are cancelling r square and r square 4 pi. No, this is under integration. So this is also under integration. So don't cancel this one here. So this is E into this integral dA is A. So here it is not required because integral dA is equal to A is equal to 4 pi r square. So this is E into 4 pi r square, which is given by, here 1 by epsilon naught is common. 4 and pi are also common. So the remaining terms are, this will be rho naught r into r square dr. Rho naught is a constant. This is a volume charge density. Rho naught is a constant into some value. So rho naught is constant. You can bring rho naught also outside here. This is rho naught. So eliminate this rho naught here. Now this you can write E into 4 pi r square is equal 4 pi rho naught by epsilon naught. This r into r square, this will become r cube dr. Here the limits of this small r, as we are finding field within this small volume, the minimum limit is 0, the maximum limit is small r only. So the limits we can write here as 0 to small r. So this is E into 4 pi r square. This is 4 pi rho naught by epsilon naught. What is this r power 3 dr? By integration you will get r power 4 by 4 with limits 0 to r. Now if you substitute this one, r power 0 by 4 minus 0, r power 4 by 4 minus 0 by 0 power 4 by 4, that term will become 0. So this you can cancel 4 pi here. So the electric field within this sphere is given by, you bring this small r that side, this will become rho naught r power 4 by 4 epsilon naught r square. This r square and this cancel. So electric field inside is given by rho naught r square by 4 epsilon naught. So this is the electric field within the sphere. But if you take a point on the surface of the sphere, now the only variable is small r will become capital R square. Now if you take a point somewhere here, this point where r greater than capital R, now you have to construct a Gaussian surface here. So based on this one, how to find electric field at this point due to this one. So same formula, if r greater than capital R, that is outside the sphere. So the same expression here, integral E bar dot dA bar is equal the closed charge within this 1 by epsilon naught. E is a constant, bring it outside. This will become integral dA, which is equal to integral, this is a denominator is epsilon naught. What is this numerator? What is the charge enclosed by this sphere? Which is nothing but the total charge within this sphere. So which is given by rho into the total volume of the sphere. E into 4 pi r square. What is this r? That is the radius of this one, which is equal to, here what are the variables and what are the constants? Let me check. Rho naught is a constant. Capital R, radius, because small r will become capital R now for finding the volume. This one, capital R. So this is 4 by 3 constant, pi constant, r cube constant by epsilon naught. Means the integration is not required here because all are constants here. Now, based on this one, you can cancel 4 pi and 4 pi. This E will become r into r power 4, rho naught r power 4 by 3 epsilon naught r square. Remember, this capital R is the radius of the non-conducting sphere and small r is the distance from the center to that point. So this is a electric field outside the non-conducting, non-uniformly charged sphere. Hollow, thick, non-conducting shell. So here I have taken a shell of internal radius r1 and external radius r2. I need to find out electric field within this shell at some point. Let us say this point is r less than r1, that is inside the shell. Now, so what is electric field inside the shell? So let me use that one. Integral of E bar dot dA bar is equal Q enclosed by epsilon naught. Here the charge is distributed throughout the volume. So what is volume charge density for this one? Let us say the total charge within this one is Q and the total volume of this one, the outer volume is 4 by 3 pi r2 cube. The inner volume we have to remove, so that is 4 by 3 r1 cube, that is r1 cube minus r2 cube minus r1 cube. This is rho. Now what is the charge within this blue color region? So here first I am finding r less than capital R1, that means at a point somewhere here. So this r is less than capital R1. So within this, what is the charge enclosed? The charge enclosed within this one is 0. So this will be E integral dA bar is equal 0 by something epsilon naught. So this is E into, this is 4 pi small r square is equal to 0 by something is 0. So electric field is 0. Just like solid sphere, even for a hollow non-conducting sphere, even if it is conducting sphere, electric field within this one will be 0. Now if you take a point somewhere here where small r is greater than r1 but less than r2. So I am taking if r less than r2 but greater than r1. So small r lies between r1 and r2. So in this case, how to find out electric field? So to find out the electric field, I am going to use the same formula. Integral of E bar dot dA bar is equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. What is this E bar? E bar is constant, bring it outside. Integral of dA bar is equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. What is integral dA bar? The dA bar is area of this blue color sphere, spherical shell. So which is going to be 4 pi r square. So here I am continuing here. This is E into 4 pi r square on left side. Integral dA is A. And what is the charge enclosed here? This I can write rho into the volume of this blue color sphere by this epsilon naught. So E 4 pi small r square is equal, rho is this much, Q by 4 by 3 pi r2 cube minus r1 cube. So what is this volume of that blue color sphere? This volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube minus, subtract this one, r1 cube. Cancel 4 by 3. So E into 4 pi r square is equal to Q into r cube minus r1 cube by r2 cube minus r1 cube. I need electric field at this point here, which is acting in this direction. E is given by the total charge within this sphere into the point from where I am finding, that is r2 r cube minus r1 cube by the total volume of this sphere r2 cube minus r1 cube into 4 pi r square. So this is the electric field at this point. Now if we wish to find out electric field at a point away from this one at a distance r, that is small r greater than capital R. If the this point is outside the sphere, this is on the surface, this is outside the sphere. So here the electric field E into, what is the surface area of the sphere, the spherical Gaussian surface that you are considering here? This will be 4 pi small r square. And what is the charge enclosed with this one? Total charge is always Q. So you can write directly Q by epsilon naught. So cross multiplication, you will get E is equal to Q by epsilon naught 4 pi r square, which is going to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. So according to shell theorem also, whether it is a sphere, shell, what may be, while finding electric field outside the sphere, just assume that the total charge is assumed at the center and you consider the distance r here. So this distance is r. So this is similar to a electric field due to a point charge. Now from a solid sphere of radius 4r, a small sphere of radius r is removed. So from here to here, this is 4r, this is r. So let me draw a bigger one here. So this will be radius r is removed. So what is the electric field at this point P? To find out the electric field due to this one, so this portion is removed. This is the removed portion. This is a solid non-conducting sphere, solid non-conducting sphere. So this point is outside the sphere, so you can use that formula by using shell theorem. Electric field outside the sphere is given by E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square, because the total charge is assumed to be at center. So what is the electric field due to the sphere, original sphere? This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by the distance is 8r whole square. But if the volume charge density is rho, so rho is given by the total charge by total volume, that is 4/3 pi 4r whole cube. So in place of q you can write rho into this. This will become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So let me write this as k. Q is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi 4 cube. 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64 r cube by, this is 8r whole square, 8 square is 64 r square. So this r square and r get cancels. So electric field due to the complete sphere at that point P is given by k rho 4 by 3 pi, this is 64, 64 get cancelled r. This is equation 1. Now, if you take this sphere and if you remove this one, as we are removing, electric field due to removed portion is given by electric field due to removed portion. This is k small q by this distance. See this diagram from here to here 4r. This is 4r. If it is r, so this is r. Out of this is 4r. This is 4r. This is 8r. So this will be 4r. But from the center, this will be 5r. So this is 5r whole square. So what is this q? Because surface charge density is rho, so let me write rho into volume of this one is 4 by 3 pi r cube by, this is 25 r square. R square get cancelled. This 25 is there. This can be written as 4 pi k rho r by 75. So this is equation 2. Now to find out the net electric field, we need to write E net is equal to electric field due to this one and electric field due to this one. So the net electric field at point P. So I am writing EP net is given by electric field due to sphere minus electric field due to removed portion. So electric field due to sphere is this one, 4 by 3 pi r k rho minus this is 4 pi k rho by 75. So here pi r k rho common. So 4 pi r k rho common, 1 by 3 minus 1 by 75. 4 pi r k rho, this 75, this is 25 minus 1, 24. So this is the total value, but you can simplify this one. 4 pi r, k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught rho, 24 by 75. 4 pi get cancelled, and the remaining terms are 24 by 75 rho capital R by epsilon naught. If a small sphere is removed from a non-conducting sphere, so this is a small sphere, it is removed from a non-conducting sphere. Let the distance between these two centers of these spheres is L. So let me take this as L bar. This is L bar. That is the distance between the center of the two spheres, and I want to find out the electric field at this point. To find out the electric field at this point, let the distance of this point from the center of this one is R1 and distance of this one is R2, and this is L. From the diagram what we can write? L bar plus R bar. From the triangle of vector addition, L bar plus R bar is given by, this L bar plus R2 bar is given by R1 bar. So what is L bar? The distance between the two centers, which is given by R1 bar minus R2 bar. Here this region is removed. So what is the electric field at this point? Let me take this point as P. What is electric field due to this point? So electric field at this point P due to big sphere. As it is a non-conducting, we can write rho r by 3 epsilon naught. Rho r by 3 but r is equal to r1, so rho r1 by 3 epsilon naught. Similarly, what is electric field due to this removed sphere? So electric field due to removed sphere or electric field due to removed rho r2 at the same point by 3 epsilon naught. So what is the net electric field at that point? As this is removed, this portion is removed here, this is removed, so we can write E net is given by the electric field at that point P is given by E big sphere minus E removed, which is given by rho r1 by 3 epsilon naught minus rho r2 by 3 epsilon naught. Here rho by 3 epsilon naught is constant. Rho by 3 epsilon naught is constant. The remaining terms are r1 bar minus r2 bar. If you write in vector form, you will get r1 bar, r2 bar. We know that r1 bar minus r2 bar is equal to L bar. So the resultant will be rho L bar by 3 epsilon naught. That means if you don't know the distance between this point P to the center, if you know the distance between these two centers, then you can write this as rho L bar by 3 epsilon naught. Next topic, self energy of hollow conducting, hollow non-conducting or solid conducting spheres. That means the expression for self energy of hollow conducting sphere, in general we denote this as a HC, hollow non-conducting sphere HNC, and a solid conducting sphere HC. All these three are same. That's why if you know how to derive the expression for self energy of a hollow conducting sphere, then the same expression can be applied for hollow non-conducting and solid conducting sphere. Now, what is this self energy? The self energy is nothing but the work done to arrange the charges in a sphere. So now let me take one charge here. If I keep one charge here Q and that point, so at that point charge initially will be very less, but to this point if we want to add some more charges, now gradually we will get a small sphere, small spherical body. Now if we add some more charges here, and once again you will get a bigger sphere. So some more charges. So if you add all these charges, if you go on adding these charges, then you will get a big sphere of radius, some radius. That means the work done to arrange these charges, to assemble these charges. So work done in arranging these charges in the form of sphere is stored as energy, is stored as energy. We call it as self energy. This energy is called self energy. Now here how to arrange this one, how to arrange these charges? First of all, let us say already we have a charge of some radius r. So this is a charged sphere of a small radius r. This is radius r. Let the charge on this sphere is q. Now I want to arrange some more charges. That means I want to add some more charges. If I add charges, the charges will arrange on the surface. Slowly if you bring some more charges, the size of the sphere increases. So in this case, here what we can say, let us say this is a sphere of radius r with a charge q, and I am adding some more charges here. So these are the extra charges added. So I am bringing these charges from infinite distance. So how much charge I am giving? dq. Already the charge present on this sphere is q. If I bring this some more charge dq, the radius of this one gradually increases. So finally, I am increasing the charge from 0 to q, 0 to let us say capital Q. So what is the work done in increasing these charges? That means in developing a sphere, so the work done is given by, here I am writing, the small work done is given by integral this dv into q. That is a potential difference on this sphere, potential difference at infinity into the charge. So dw is given by potential on the surface of sphere, that is Vr, minus potential at infinity into the charge that is already present on this one. But here I am bringing some charge. I have to write this dq because I am bringing dq charge. So these are the potential differences. So dw is given by what is the potential on the surface of the sphere with this charge, with this radius. We have formula kq by r. What is the potential at infinity? 0 into what is dq. Now what is the total work done to arrange all these charges onto this sphere? The total work done is given by w is equal to integral dw. This is integral kq by r into dq. Bring the constants outside. This is k by r integral q power 1 dq, which is given by k by r. This is q square by 2. Here the limits are 0 to capital Q. Now the total work done will be stored as energy, so which is given by k capital Q square by 2r. So if this you can write 1 by 2, that is 0.5 k q square by r. So this is the self energy. In the previous lesson we studied about the potential energy of two charges, that means the work done to arrange two charges. So this is q1, this is q2. Let the distance between these two are r, and work done to arrange these charges is given by u is equal to k q1 q2 by r. But here I am not arranging two charges, I am arranging large number of charges on the surface. So for this I have to do this much work. This work will be stored as energy. Just now we derived an expression for the self energy of solid conducting, hollow conducting and hollow non-conducting sphere. Suppose if it is a solid non-conducting sphere. So let me take one solid non-conducting sphere. So this is the solid non-conducting sphere with charge distributed throughout its volume. Now I need to arrange some more charges onto this one. That means the work done by the external agent, that means external force, to assemble charges on this sphere is stored as self energy. Of the sphere. Now, so this is already, it is charged with some charge. Let us say the present charge on this one is q. So let the present charge is q. The present radius of this one is r. Now I need to bring some more charges onto this one. So I need to bring some more charges from infinity. So let the charge is dq. So I am going to add some more charges onto this surface. So I need to add some more charges onto this surface. Let the charge that is added onto this one, in this is dq. So it is given as dq in some small volume. Now how to find the work done here? The work done is given by dw, that is small work done to arrange that charges which are indicated in red color on the surface is given by small work done. Small work done dw to arrange the charges dq is given by, this is dv into q, where dv is the potential difference on the surface and the infinity. So this dw is given by potential on the surface of the sphere minus potential at infinity into that charge that we are bringing dq. So what are these values? To find these values, here we know Vr is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r only, and V infinity is 0. So here I am writing dW is equal kq by r minus 0 into dq. So what is this dW? dW can be written as k by r constant. What is q? The charge inside this sphere. If it is a non-conducting solid sphere, the volume charge density will be rho. So this will be rho into volume 4 by 3 pi r cube. Minus 0 is not required. So this is the potential into the charge that we are going to add onto the surface. So I am bringing dq charge from infinity and I am adding to the sphere. So what is the extra charge added on this surface? So here this is a small volume, the shell. So here we can write dq is equal rho into the small volume v dash. So this is rho into what is the small volume? The radius of this one is r. So the surface area 4 pi r square, and let the thickness of this one is dr. So in place of dq we can write rho into 4 pi r square into dr. Now I am simplifying this equation. dW is equal to, here you can cancel one of the r and one of the r square. So this will be k rho 4 by 3 pi, this r square into r square, r power 4, one more rho, that is rho square. So remaining terms are 4 pi into dr. Now I am simplifying this one. K is there, k by 3, 4 4s are 16, rho square, pi square, because pi into pi square, r power 4 dr. So this is the small work done, dW. Now how to find out the total work done now? The total work done is given by, that means to send the total charge onto this surface, let us say the initial charge was 0, that the final charge is q. Let us say I am going to add q charge onto this surface. This can be given by integrating this. We can write W can be written as integral 0 to q dW k by 3 16 rho square pi square r power 4 dr. So in this equation, what are the constants? Let me bring out outside. K by 3 16 rho square pi square integral r power 4 dr. So r power 4 dr is r power 5 by 5 this. So k by 3 16 rho square pi square r power 5 by 5. Here the limits are 0 to capital R. The total work done will be stored as self energy. So I am substituting this one. K I know 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So let me use that one only, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and we have 3 in denominator, 16 in the numerator. Rho is the surface charge density. The total charge is q and total volume will be 4 third pi r cube. So in place of rho you can write q by 4 pi third pi r cube, but this is rho square. So square, this will become q square by 16 pi square r power 6 by 3 square, that will become 9 here. And what are the remaining terms? So k by 3 is over, k is over, 16 is over, 3 is over, rho square is over, and we have pi square. This will be r power 5 by 5 minus 0, not required. Now you can simplify this one. Here we have r power 5, this will be get cancelled. So remaining terms are this 16 and 16 get cancelled here. Here pi square and pi square get cancelled. So this is 3 1s, so 3 3s. So this will be 3 q square by, this 5 is there. So 5 4s, so 20 pi epsilon naught r. So this is the expression. So this is 3 q square by 20 pi epsilon naught r. Can also be written as, here if you take 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught common, you can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 q square by, this will be 5 r. So this is k. So this will be 3 by 5 k q square by r. So the self energy of solid non-conducting sphere, if it is hollow non-conducting sphere, for hollow non-conducting, for hollow conducting, even for solid conducting, hollow conducting, hollow non-conducting, the self energy is given by, so previously just now we got 0.5, that is k q square by 2r for this. But for solid non-conducting, for solid non-conducting sphere, the expression is 3 by 5 k q square by r. This is 1 by 2, so we can write 0.5 k q square by r. This is 0.6 because 3 by 5 is 0.6 k q square by r. So only that decimal is different here. This is 0.5 k q square by r. This is 0.6 k q square by r. For two charges also, if similar charges are there, the potential energy is given by k into q1 q2 by r, that is k q square by r. This is also k q square by r, but half of it 0.5. But for solid non-conducting, this is 0.6 k q square by r. So based on the previous expressions, now we will solve two problems here. What is the potential energy of the given system? Here I have one solid conducting sphere. So when the charge is given, charge will spread only on the outer surface. This is solid non-conducting sphere. When the charge is given, it is spread throughout its volume. Let the radius of this one is r1, r2 and separated by a distance small d. Now we have to consider the potential energy of this one, the potential energy of this one and potential energy of these two spheres. So what is the potential energy? That is nothing but a self energy. So the total potential energy of this system is given by, for this one, let us the charge is q, this is also let us say charge q. So you can write, for solid conducting sphere, this will be half k q square by r1. For this one, this is solid non-conducting sphere, this is 3 by 5 k q square by r2. This is 0.5 k q square by r, this is 0.6 k q square by r, plus the potential energy of these two spheres according to Shell theorem. When a sphere is charged on its surface or throughout its volume, while considering them as point charges, just to assume that the total charge is present here and the total charge is concentrated at the center qq. So this will be k q into q by distance d. So now simplification, the total potential energy of the system is given by k q square by 2r1, 3 by 5 k q square by r2. So this is k q square by d. So this is the total potential energy of the system. Suppose now if you take two spherical shells with a charge at center q and a charge minus q on the first surface and another charge plus q on the second surface. So here charges are given like this. Now what is the total potential energy of this system? To find out the total potential of the system, let me use the same method. U total is given by, so first let me take sphere 1, this is S1 and S2. The potential energy of the sphere 1, this is a hollow sphere. Only for solid non-conducting sphere this will be 3 by 5. For all spheres, whether it is solid or hollow conducting as well as this non-conducting hollow sphere, the formula is 1 by 2 k q square by r. So for this first sphere, let me write 1 by 2 k minus q square by, the radius of this one is a. So first sphere is over. Now what is the energy, potential energy of the second sphere? So this will be, this is also hollow. So let me write half k, the charge is q square by radius is b, over. Now not only these two charges, so I found this as well as this. What is the potential energy between these two? So let me write K capital Q small q by distance between these two charges A plus what is the potential energy between these two? This potential between these two is given by K capital Q by distance between these two is B plus potential energy between these two, even though charge is spread on the outer surface of the first sphere, but while taking 2 point charges, that means if you consider this and this as point charges, so this should be considered here. So this is K minus Q into Q by the distance between these two is B. So these are the 5 terms. So now let me simplify this one. This is K Q square by 2A plus K Q square by 2B minus, because plus into minus minus K Q square by A. This is plus K Q square by B minus K Q square by B. You can cancel this and this. So what are the remaining terms? K Q square is common. So let me take K Q square common. The remaining terms are 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2B minus 1 by A. So this will be KQ square. If you take 2AB LCM, this will be B plus A minus 2A. So which is given by B minus A. So the potential energy is given by KQ square into B minus A by 2AB. So this is the expression, and you can simplify this further as KQ square, B will be 1 by 2A, AA cancel 1 by 2B. Even if you take 2 common here, it will become 1 by A minus 1 by B. So this is the total potential energy of this concentric shells.